Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a match between ggaemo and QWE. I don't know who this player is, but I cast a game between him and 4GG, which is a TVT. Man, I'm rhyming a lot today, you guys. Hiding that. Back a while ago, it was a pretty darn good TVT featuring battle cruisers and wraiths. If you want a link to it, let me know in the comments and I will put it in the description. Alright guys, so this is match point. In the bottom left, we have the blue Terran player. It is QUE. And in the top right, it is the yellow Zerg player. I love yellow so very, very much. It is ggaemo. I've cast some games from his before, way back in the day, when I first started casting Brood War, actually before Remastered came out. I was just casting the old client, having a good time with it too. So if you want to go back and watch me cast StarCraft when I'm really not great at it, I love it though, love StarCraft. Still not super great at it, I'm going to point out, but not horrible either, I hope. I don't know, we're not going to get into that right now, but regardless, a TVZ here for you today on a match point. ggaemo, a pretty darn solid player, currently streams on Africa, like most players who play Brood War these days do. I don't know what it is, man. So many players are retired now, just streaming on Africa, and obviously doing a pretty good job of it, and probably making some good income off of here too. Anyway, we are just going to go ahead and wall this off on a match point against any early Ling aggression that might come out here from ggaemo. Although no, there's not a quick pull here whatsoever. It looks like we're going to go for the hatch first. 2 drones come down. One for the hatchery at about 13 supply, and then the other drone coming down for the scout. I'm not sure if he'll get here soon enough to get the scout off, other than to see the wall. We'll see if he gets into the main base or not. That's the information that he wants. He wants to be here when he sees if there's going to be additional barracks, or if we go directly into a factory and into a starport, which is definitely an option as well. I've mentioned before how much I like yellow. Both in Warcraft 2 and in Warcraft 3 and in Brood War, I just think yellow is just a vibrant color. It really pops off these buildings and off of these drones too. It just makes them look nice. I don't know what it is. Not really a yellow guy that I wear in my own daily life, but definitely really like it when it comes to RTS. Yeah, I think this is a wall. I don't think that drone can get through, or I mean, should have tried at the very least, right? Sure, there's a Marine coming, but you don't know how long it's going to be there. Might as well come in and see, is there a gas taken? Is there another barracks getting started already? Because there's not. It's just a factory, so you don't have to worry about early Marine pressure whatsoever. And your pool is going to be just fine. So pool coming up at the center time here from ggaemo. No questions there. And really not much going on here in the early stages. I do want to point out, though, I was actually given the membership feature in YouTube here recently, which just means there's a join button beneath my videos where you can choose to support me for basically just $5 a month. Throwing it at me saying, thanks for the continued content. I am going to start doing 4 Brood War casts per week, you guys. Whew, 4 a week is going to be a lot, but I am going to have a couple changes in my life that's going to make that more possible. So starting now, I guess, it's officially May, right? So starting on the first full week of May, you're going to get a 4th Brood War cast, probably on Sunday, I want to say. I think Sunday makes the most sense. Maybe even like a Monday morning kind of a thing in the United States. We'll see. Somewhere around there, that's where it's going to have to fit. So, again, check out that join button. It does give you some perks. I will be streaming some additional gaming here on YouTube once a week, too. So if you, I mean, depending on what you want to see, the supporters and members will actually be able to vote on that. See what game I can play. So if enough of you StarCraft guys get together, you want to watch me play some StarCraft Remastered on YouTube stream live, vote for it, right? We'll make this thing happen. Democracy is the greatest. Hydralisk Den is done. I assume we're going to go for a Lurker Den at some point here. Lurker Aspect here at some point here. Just based on how early those Hydralisks were. I like the Sunken Colony out front versus this obviously going to show up Vulture Harass or Marine Harass, or something's going to show up here, and a Sunken is going to be extremely useful in that situation. Hydra comes down, gets some shots off. Hydra versus a Vulture. Hydra's going to have a great time with that, unless outnumbered, but in a 1-to-1 fight, Hydralisk is going to handle that just fine, no problem whatsoever. What's this upgrade? Going for Spider Mines, and actually going for... No, hang on. Building what? A Wraith. Sometimes that gets glitchy, but it is a Wraith opening here, but the Hydras are already out. I don't know, honestly, what you're planning on doing here. There's no control tower. So we're not going for Cloak at all. It's just going to be regular old Wraith versus there are already Hydras here from ggaemo. It seems like a mistake here from QWE. By the way, if you know who QWE is, please tell me in the comments, because I've cast 2 or 3 games of his. He's a good player. He's a really solid Terran player. APM well over 200 at the stage. And there are a bunch of his replays in these replay packs that I keep running into. So he's got to be somebody knows, but he's not in the Brood War Smurf list. He's not on the list of ladder players. It's kind of driving me insane. So if you know, please let me know and we'll talk about it. Yeah, man, see, look, Hydra already here. 2 Hydras already here at the natural base. Well enough to chase away a Wraith that tries to get anything done, because Wraiths are made out of toilet paper and can die if anything hits them whatsoever. Hydra DPS being some of the best in the game, Wraiths want nothing to do with it. You'll notice didn't try to get any shots off on Overlords, didn't try to get any shots off on drones, just really swinging around for scouts and whatnot. But it is the Spire. Yep, it's 8 mutas. 8 mutas coming in right now out of ggaemo off of 2 base, has the second gas. And yeah, this Wraith is in a lot of trouble. Might as well start heading home now, Wraith. I'm not sure what your additional scouting is going to do for you here. Regardless, QWE is going for a science vessel pretty darn early. A Ling does manage to scout in here, see the science facility, and recognize that science vessels are going to be a thing. So he needs to split against that Irradiate sooner rather than later, although Irradiate does need to be researched first. So at this point, it's going to be Marines and it's going to be missile turrets. Oh, the missile turret is late here out of QWE. That's not a good look for you, man. Oh, there does manage to pop up just in the nick of time. And the repair isn't enough. By golly, the repair is enough. The mutas are forced to flee after taking several shots to the face here. And the main base obviously already has missile turrets here too, 2 of them. So, I mean, the muta harass not going to do a whole lot. That's a free vulture, which is a nice pickup for sure. Meanwhile, back home, another hatchery, macro hatch coming up with the natural base. No sign of a third for ggaemo. I am not entirely sure why he wouldn't be going for a third here. You pretty much have kept QWE on his own 2 bases for a while. He's not going to want to move out, I don't think, with the mutas harassing. Every Marine he makes is probably going to have to stay home. He's not... Yeah, there we go. Science vessels. Irradiate is just about done on that research, and Irradiate's going to pop on these guys fairly soon. And how they respond to it is going to be a big question here from ggaemo. Yeah, there's the Irradiate, and the Separate is not happening. There we go. The Separate does get out, but a lot of these mutas are really injured. There's only 6 of them here. But they're picking off SCVs, they're picking off Wraiths, taking shots from missile turrets at the same time. There are additional mutas out here that really should get involved in this stacking up action that we're seeing here from ggaemo. But trying to keep this Marine count low. This harassment is a really fantastic campaign out of ggaemo right now. I'm really shocked he's not taking a third base behind this at all. Not even this mineral-only third base that is potentially available there down to the south. I mean, sure, there's a vulture running around. It's kind of annoying to have to deal with, but boy, howdy. Those mutas are putting in work. He has so many mutalisks and some Scourge in the mix too. That's a lot of muta, guys. That is 12... 16? Holy crap. Oh, that's the wrong button. There we go. Another Irradiate does go down there, injuring the mutas quite nicely. So the Irradiate doing some good stuff here. How many did we have? Wow, we're down to 6? That was some pretty good defense there out of QWE for sure. He keeps picking off missile turrets, though. Picking off SCVs. This harassment is some really fantastic stuff here. Remember what I said, 1-to-1 Hydra versus Vulture going to be a pretty good deal for the Hydralisk. ggaemo really sincerely needs to get a third base at some point. Can't really do it down here that easily. It's being blocked by that spider mine, but here is a fine place to do it. You can expand up here, too, in an area that is not revealed by the Fog of War, but... Anywho, man, look at this Hydra. I'm loving the follow-up out of ggaemo. He's like, you know what? 2 bases is fine. I can kill my opponent. 2 base, 2 base. He's going to be so worried about the mutas, he's not going to make many tanks. Tanks are bad against mutalisks. And the Hydra tech switch will take him entirely by surprise here. Vulture is trying to get that run by, but there are enough Vultures, or rather Hydras at home and a Sunken here too. I mean, that 3-to-1 team up there on that Hydralisk does get picked off. Picking off reinforcements is pretty fantastic, but... Marching on in, wow, sniping down that spider mine the instant before it hits them all in the face. That was huge. Repair attempts on this bunker. The DPS is too much from the Hydralisk. Not enough Marines in there at all. They irradiate on some of the Hydralisks, hurting their buddies there. But the Hydra does end up going down. Trying to get shots off on the multiple science vessels that live right now. That is 4 science vessels. Holy cannoli. Attacking on this left side where we can't really get out there. There is a tank present. It is getting focused down by the Mutalisk a little bit. The Irradiates are consistent, and the Irradiates are amazing right now. Hydra's forcing a liftoff on that natural base. I think QWE is going to lose it. Does lose that natural command center here. SCV is getting picked off for a one-base Terran right now. But against a two-basing Zerg, maybe that's going to be enough. I don't think it's over yet. Siege mode is done. That tank putting in work from distance here. Irradiated Hydralisk actually getting damage done on all of those SCVs. Forced to pull the SCVs off the line to try to deal with this thing. The tank is being repaired. The tank has 6 kills already. Does get focused down by the Hydralisks, but the number of Hydras remaining is dwindling promptly, and they are all gone. Although more and more reinforcements pouring here across the map does nothing but Hydras being made and Scourge to try to deal with those Science Vessels. Another Irradiate comes up. Another tank pops out just in time here for QWE. I really want to show you the minimap, but at the same time, this tank is like right behind where that minimap is. Yo! Couple of the Science Vessels go down there to the Scourge. There are still 2 remaining. That 5 kills on that tank. Yeah, man, tanks versus Hydralisk. Pretty good setup, as it turns out. So we're 1 base in it to 2 base in it at this stage. ggaemo, again, no sign of wanting to expand. He's going to kill his opponent now, or maybe later, because he really has done enough damage. He's taken down QWE's natural base entirely. No question, it's just gone. This tank, serious business, guys. It maybe doesn't have all of the kill count that you would expect it to have, but 6 kills and the damage output done and the splash damage output done here. We're back to Mutalisk, though. ggaemo's like, you know what? You're going to make tanks? All right, mute as it is. Nice Irradiate, though. Man, QUE is master of the Irradiate here. 2 Mutalisks irradiated, immediately picked off from the flock. There's only 6 remaining here. But the natural base is still just not possible here from QWE. Marine medic count is actually pretty fantastic right now. I mean, if there were more Mutalisks, you could probably do this. Oh, diving on in, the Science Vessel down. There's only 1 remaining. Only 1 Science Vessel left here. Another one is in production from QWE, but I have not, I mean, I don't want to say I never have, but I just haven't seen a Zerg player sit on 2 bases this long at the pro level. And I mean, it's working for him. He's doing a ton of damage. He's up 54 to 37 overall total supply. But additional Science Vessels on the way. The Mutas are trying to take down that starport if at all possible. The Marines stim up and chase them away. We have additional upgrades on anything yet? Nope, no upgrades. Plus 1 attack is done for the Marines, but nothing else is upgraded at this stage of the game. Working on range is really important here too. U-238 shells for QWE. Starport actually has to lift and get out. It is so on fire. There's your Lurker aspect. I was going to say, against Terran, you generally want to have Lurker aspect if you have that many Hydras. He waited a bit to get it, but he's going to get there now. That is, man, the tech switch back into Hydra. The Spider Mines, though, the Spider Mines are brutal. Those Spider Mines are doing the damage here. Wow. Landing the starport, re-adding the control tower to continue making Science Vessels at this stage. Hydra's trying to come down. I think he's waiting. He's going to save the Hydras until Lurker aspect is done and then go for some Lurkers for the final push. I mean, we can say final push, but boy, is he still not expanding. QUE doing his best. He's pumping out Marines. He's working on Vultures and upgrades for his Marines. He knows Marines are the answer both to Hydralisks and to Mutalisks, especially if they have medic support, especially if they have range and attack upgrades too. And Stim's already done, so no question about that. There we go. There's your 4 Lurkers. 4 Lurker eggs coming up here on the top left side. The Vulture does manage to scout this. He sees there are Lurkers, and the answer for that cannot be Marines. Is he going to push out before the Lurker eggs are done? He's trying. I don't think he can get there in time, though. These Lurker eggs are going to finish. Spider Mines are up, though. Nice Irradiate on the Mutalisks once again. And QUE actually pushing on out. Going to try to focus on some of these Hydras. Again, the Irradiate is just putting in work. This is the most Irradiates I've seen in the first 14 minutes of the game ever that I've cast. QUE is really relying on it heavily, and for good reason. Irradiating a Lurker egg. How weird is that, you guys? That is exceptionally strange. Lurker gets picked up before he can burrow. And gets on the ramp. Managed to do that there. The Mutas are attacking in. No! Just throwing away those Mutas for nothing. Lurker gets focused down. Remember what I said about facing off against Hydras? You can do pretty well here, unless the number of Hydra gets too high, and that's it. That's too many Hydralisks, and suddenly everybody dies to these Hydras. Again, no attack upgrades at all. They are working on missile attacks, but it's going to be a while before we get there. Spider-Mine's trying to do what they can, but I mean, with Overlord support, it's really hard to sneak up on these Hydras. Yeah, man, those Spider-Mine's not doing anything whatsoever. 51 to 41 supply. This game is kind of insane. I'm really enjoying it here. Marines fighting. You gotta have some tanks. Are you making tanks? No. Just science vessels. He's gonna deal with the lurkers with Irradiate, which I guess is totally fair. Well, can you get further over to the left here, ggaemo? ggaemo? I believe that's how it's pronounced anyway. ggaemo is way, way over here. And this just looks like too much for QWE. I don't know how he holds right now. This is a big, scary... Well, that helps. Big, scary Hydralisk army. But guess what? Spider-Mine hits are fantastic. And just the number of Irradiates that are available here. Did he irradiate this one? Yeah, this lurker's irradiated. And is it going to be enough to kill it as this factory gets sniped down? No, the lurker's down. And they don't save the factory, but they kill every single Hydra in the process. Oh, eggs. Lurker eggs. Can he kill them in time? Wow, he forced cancels at the very least. All right, QUE takes the lead in supply. 48 to 40, well, 48 now, as ggaemo is making 7 Hydras at a time. I think QUE needs to expand at this stage. He's got a decent army. He's got a ton of science vessels. He has almost 400 minerals. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. The SCV is going to go ahead and try to expand here. But pushing out with Marine, with range, and +1/+1, and Stim, with support of science vessels, it's a pretty scary Terran army right now. That's a lot of science vessels, too. Sure, it's only 3, but that's a lot of Irradiate. They are storing up energy, regenerating energy all the time. Maybe waiting for another science vessel to show up, and there is one. And yeah, natural base under construction here. Going for 3rd is ggaemo with a 17-minute mark of this game. That's amazing stuff. That is such a late 3rd base, and I don't know that he has the answer to deal with this many Marines. Where are the lurkers? Here they are. So Lurker Hydra are pretty fantastic against this many Marines and medics, especially set up in a defensive position that the Marines have to attack into. But if the Marines can bypass your dudes, don't worry about it. But 2 lurkers on the top of this ramp is just brutal if you want to come this way. Oh, trying to pick off the science vessels. Can't quite do it. Here we go, coming in. ggaemo trying to do this thing, irradiating the... Wow, is every single... Oh my gosh. Almost every single lurker gets irradiated there. They burrow on in, but they're taking so much damage. That one is dead. That one is dead. The Hydras are fighting here. Are there enough Marines to deal with it is the question. How much Irradiate is available, I guess, is another question here. +1 missile attack is done. The Hydra count is kind of insane. Again, Marines and medics will trade pretty well, but not if they are outnumbered 2 to 1. Which is what we're looking at right now. That's a lot of Hydralisks. The good news is that QUE manages to reestablish his natural. Can he resaturate it is the question. He is making 3 Marines at a time. He's worried about this counterattack of Hydralisks. Single Vulture comes in to see what's going on. Is there a 3rd base? By golly, there is. My Zerg opponent has 3 bases. I have 2 bases. We've basically moved back in time quite a bit, but guess who has a drop? QWE dropping inside the main base. The drones have to flee for their lives. Is there any defense here at all? That's a lot of dead workers, you guys. The Spire getting focused on by the Marines. That is their priority target right now. And it does get exploded. Hydra is actually going for it. Hydra lurkers say, I don't know if we can deal with this, but let's head on down and see what we can do on the other side of the map. Man, Hydra's not trading well. As I mentioned, the natural base is going to go down for QWE, no question about it. Down to 400, 300, 200, 100, and kabam! Natural base gone. Too many Hydralisks present. Do you have any tanks at all? QWE, I don't know. This drop does get cleaned up by the Hydras. I just think that's it. QWE tried to make something happen on the other side of the map. Got some damage done, but this is too much Zerg. Too many lurkers. I don't even know what's down here right now for QWE. What does he have for army? I don't see it. I don't see him having anything. I guess it's over here. Hang on. Are we base racing officially now? These guys snuck across the map. I did not see them because I am blind. Yes, I know in the comments will say, Falcon, how didn't you see that? I don't know. I don't have an answer for it. So yeah, we're base racing. Defensive matrix getting tossed up here. Still have the science vessels. 3 of them present. 4 kills on that one. 2 kills on that one. Yeah, trying to float the command center out to try to stay alive. Marines attacking on into the main base, where there is a single lurker, but it's going to die before it burrows in, and it does end up going down. The thing is, ggaemo happens to have a third base that he's happily mining from, whereas there's no income for QWE here at all. Dude, you have to move the defensive matrix Marines up here to the lurkers. Nice focus firing. One lurker goes down, a couple Marines die. Oh, the Hydra's flanking in from the other side here too. Is it enough? The lurker spines are problematic. The Hydra Den gets focused down. I don't think ggaemo can save it. No, he does. 60 HP on that thing. He does end up saving it, and that's your good game. That was a good one. That was a fantastic ZVT. Really, really enjoyed that. Turned into a base race. It did. There's just too much Zerg down here, though, man. Everything died. Sure, you floated the command center up, but that's literally all you have. And again, if this third base doesn't exist, if ggaemo doesn't have a third base he's happily mining from and the ability to produce units off of that, I think QW is in a better position. But nah, man. Too many Hydras coming in from the reinforcements. Sure, the natural base died. Sure, the Spire got picked off. The Hydralisk Den did not go down, as too many Hydras showed up. Too many Lurkers showed up there, and QUE just didn't have the numbers to handle it. So, wow, great back and forth. A 2-base versus a 1-base economy for a large chunk of that game. That was beautiful. Only got a third base for ggaemo at the 17-minute mark. Because that's amazing. That's how this works. Irradiates. I think I saw more Irradiates in this game than I ever have in any 20-minute game I've ever cast of ZVT. Was super, super incredibly well done there by QWE, but in the end did end up falling. Once again, if you know who he is, please tell me, because he held his own there pretty well. Kind of feel like he needed more tanks. But ggaemo was playing with them, man. ggaemo's like, here's a bunch of Hydras, deal with that. Here's a bunch of Mutas, now deal with that. And he's like, well, I guess Marine Medic Science Vessel is going to handle both of those fairly well. But then the Lurkers came in, and there just weren't enough Marines. They weren't split well. It was rough. Rough stuff there from QWE, but let's check that final score. Pretty even one there. 99,000 for ggaemo, the winner. 95,000 for QWE. Both units actually produced a similar, or both players actually produced a similar number of units. 205 for QWE and 219 for ggaemo. The difference here is QWE lost about 50 more units than ggaemo did. Both players losing a bunch of stuff. Tech structures mostly here from ggaemo, which he was able to overcome. But then this is it. Losing your natural base as a Terran player is rough. For as long as he did there too. Resources, more gas mine, more minerals mine, more total spent. Honestly, based on this number, I am surprised that QWE held on as long as he did. I guess some huge spider mines hits helped. Some good irradiates helped too. Tank fire doing the same thing. But boy, looking at these numbers, you'd think it'd be over in 10 minutes, you know? So good job showing the Terran fighting spirit there. And that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.